Hi guys, we're going to start a new unit today about probability. And probability is something you may have heard of before. What it is how likely something is to happen. So, an example of probability in real life is if you have a jar of marbles and you're picking out one of the marbles at random, what's the probability of getting each color? So something like that, picking anything out of a jar, it doesn't have to be marbles. What's the probability of getting one specific thing? So one example. Another example is actually something you probably do fairly often. And that is check your phone for the weather for the day. So when you check your phone for the weather, and sometimes it's expected to rain, you may see something like 80% chance of rain. So what that's telling you is the probability of it raining that day is 80%. If that percent is higher, that means the probability of it raining is higher. If it says probability of rain 10%, that chance of it raining is significantly lower. And probability is all around us. These are just two examples that I thought would be familiar to you guys. Okay, so we're going to use the example, think about rolling a 6-sided dice. There are 6 sides. Each side is labeled with 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots, 5 dots, or 6 dots. So you may have experience with the dice before, maybe in some games. That's what we're going to use to understand probability. So what is the sample space? And you're going to see this word a lot. What sample space means, it's all the possibilities. So all the possibilities you can get when you roll that dice. Put that in a little cloud up there. Okay, so we're told you can get 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots, 5 dots, or 6 dots. What is the probability of rolling a 5? So out of this sample space, we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different total options. One of those options is a 5. So 1 out of the total 6 is the possibility of rolling a 5. So our probability is 1 out of 6. What is the probability of rolling an even number? So an even number ends in 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So the even numbers here, we have 2, 4, 6. That's 3 out of the total 6 options. You can reduce probability fractions just as you can regular fractions. So let's divide the top and bottom by 3. So we have 1 over 2. The probability of rolling an even number is half. That means half the time you're likely to roll an even number. What is the probability of rolling a number less than 3? So let's look at those numbers that are less than 3. All we have here are 1 and 2. So those are 2 numbers out of the total 6. We can reduce this just like we did for the part before. And the probability of rolling a number less than 3 is a third. All right, last but not least, what is the probability of rolling a number greater than 6? If you look at all 6 of these numbers here, there's no numbers bigger than 6. So 0 options out of the total 6 is the probability, or just 0, meaning there's no shot that you roll anything bigger than a 6. Exercise 2. The numbers 1 to 20 are written on note cards and placed in a bowl. One card will be drawn from the bowl at random. List the sample space. Again, your sample space is all of the possibilities you can draw. So in this case, we have 1 to 20. I'm going to write really small here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Part B, are the events of choosing an even number and choosing an odd number the same, and explain. So choosing an even number would be any number that ends in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. So let's highlight those. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those are even. So we have 10 out of 20 are even, which is the same as 1/2. So we have half a chance of being even. Let's try odd now. All the other numbers are odd. So how many of those do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. Okay, so that's another 10 possibilities that are odd. Did I write that in the wrong place? Yes, I did. Okay, yeah, so 10 out of the 20 can be odd, which is 1/2. So look at that. The probability of even is 1/2. The probability of odd is 1/2. So the probability is the same. And it's the same because both events have a probability of 1/2. Awesome. Part C is, are the events of choosing a number divisible by 2 and choosing a number divisible by 5 equally likely? Explain. So let's say all the numbers are divisible by 2. Well, we know those are actually just the even numbers, which we already said was 10 out of 20. So we'll say divisible by 2, 10 out of 20. Divisible by 5, that's when we have to go back to our sample space and see all the numbers that we can divide by 5. So in this case, we have 5, we have 10, we have 15, and we have 20. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 out of our total 20. So this is divisible by 5. So are the probabilities the same? No. This has a 10 out of 20 shot. This has a 4 out of 20 chance. So the probability of choosing a number divisible by 2 is more likely. No, because choosing number. I'm going to use the number sign. Divisible by 2 is more likely. All right, last example. In Miss Trippy's 7th grade math class, there are 22 students in total, 10 boys and 12 girls. If one student is chosen randomly, what is the probability that a girl is chosen? So out of the total 22, your total always goes in that denominator. How many of them are girls? Well, we see that 12 are. We can reduce this by 2. And the probability is 6 out of 11, or 12 out of 22 reduced. All right, that is all for probability, and I will see you guys soon.